Good afternoon on a Monday. A lot of us have not seen any rain. Some have. It's about a quarter till 3 on this Monday. Clouds over Hood River. Radar is showing there has been some light rain in the area. That's the live camera out of Cathedral Ridge Winery. The back terrace there still looks dry. Cathedral Ridge is just on the west side of Hood River as you drive into town on I-84. Here's the radar showing really light stuff, traceable amounts, maybe borderline sprinkles in Hood River. But this area of rain has been slowly working its way up into the crest areas of the Cascades. And then we've got scattered showers firing over here in the Coast Range. So far, Kelso, Portland, Salem, as far as I know, have been dry. That area of rain, again, is slowly pushing itself back to the west. Here's the big picture. Not worried about that low or that fetch of clouds right now, but we are tracking this low, which has moved considerably southward along the Oregon coast already today, and eventually overnight tonight into tomorrow, it's going to settle all the way down to California. Now, what this low is doing, and this will be the weather maker from tonight all the way through Thursday. What this low is going to do is going to continue to feed up showers developing from California eventually, Nevada, moving northward across parts of Oregon and Washington. And it's this inland migration that will fuel instability and eventually, maybe as early as this evening or overnight, start to fuel some spotty or isolated thunderstorms in nature. And real quick, while you're looking at the satellite picture, realize this is the weather maker that will be driving weather for the next couple of days from California all the way up to the Canadian border. We've got a lightning strike up north of Washington. We've got a lightning strike detected in down around Klamath Falls, it looks like, near the border of southern Oregon. So we're talking about a large area that's going to see these showers and storms kind of migrate through. It will be scattered stuff for the most part. And maybe where you live, you don't get any rain in the next several days. But during any given hour, if you look at radar, you'll probably see some precipitation in our general region. And I'm going to show you a couple of strong storm possibilities in terms of thunderstorms here coming up in just a minute. But this is a good reminder that if you get locked into just looking at your phone for your exact pinpoint GPS location, it's not really giving you a very good picture of what's going on. So we're in the middle of this flow pattern, and it's important to realize that, okay? So you get a much better forecast if you consider the entire region and what's going on than if you just try to look at a specific zip code, which is what your phone is doing, interpolation of a computer model for that exact location. All right, so this is today. That's the low we just looked at, the upper level weather pattern that's dropping to the south. Now that low, I said, controls our weather all the way into Thursday. So here's Thursday, and that low is Thursday moving across basically Las Vegas. After Thursday, I think this low gets far enough inland and starts to dissolve, and it will let go of its hold on us. But in the meantime, showers are going to migrate up to the north. And again, one reason why we do not get that many thunderstorms is because our weather typically comes in off of the Pacific Ocean. That is a stable influence. But when you give showers a chance to migrate over a period of land for a lengthy period of time, that builds instability by nature, and that's when you can get some thunderstorms. That's why most of our, not always, but most of our storms come up from the south, from moisture flows that have been inland for a while before they get to us. So courtesy of KGW TV, this is 10 o'clock tonight on Futurecast. That would be a thunderstorm around Mount Jefferson, where you see the orange and yellow colors, and maybe a big enough complex that as the storm eventually bounces back to the northwest into the valley, while we may not get storms in the valley, may not, we would have some decent rain left over as these storms start to weaken, and we'd get a push of rain moving across Salem and Portland. So that's one episode. And let me show you one more. This actually jumps from tonight all the way into Wednesday. Not saying there wouldn't be a storm chance tomorrow. I think there is. But this is Wednesday at 7 p.m. in the evening. Thunderstorm complex around Bachelor. Here's one that's moved up north through Mount Hood, crossed the gorge up into Mount Adams. And again, these eventually will have a tendency to kind of rotate back to the west into the valley. If you're new to our area, we see this often as we get more toward the summer season. Storms migrating and using the lift, the orographic lift of the Cascades to fuel thunderstorms. And then those storms sometimes will migrate into the valley, and then we get them that way. So this is just to let you see visually that whatever we get, it's going to be scattered or isolated in nature. So maybe you don't get anything, or maybe you get walloped by one of these storms as early as tonight. Some other modeling shows a storm into Salem early tomorrow morning that moves into Newport. So I suppose there is a hail chance with what I just showed you too, but I really feel this time around the biggest threat will be strong, heavy rain and thunder and lightning. So we'll see. All right, I want to jump all the way to Sunday. Now, Sunday, it's a totally different story. Again, that upper level low scenario I just showed you for scattered storms and showers, basically today or tonight through Thursday. This is Sunday. See the deep trough right here of cold air once again swinging in. It still looks like a cold front will come in Sunday morning, and that cold front would likely give us some fairly widespread rain. So let's see what we're talking about. This would be the next chance of any widespread precipitation in our area. So this is how much rain could fall basically Saturday overnight through the day Sunday. You can pick out some of the totals, but basically the map shows you a quarter to about a half of an inch of rain, with a half of an inch of rain amounts in the darker blue colors. But just notice it's fairly widespread from the coast through the valley, at least out into the West Gorge. And this does pick up some showery precipitation out across eastern Oregon as well. So we'll keep an eye on all of that. All right, 7-day forecast time. We're right around 60 degrees at the time of this taping. It's coming up on 250, so we might get to 63 this afternoon. We have light winds, we have clouds. And basically this evening, just kind of keep an eye from the sky. Realize if we get stormy weather, they would be storms arriving from the direction of the Cascades and then moving west into our area. Overnight tonight, 50, it's about where we were this morning. And then we have that ongoing chance of some spotty showers and isolated thunderstorms tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday. At any given point, there would be a shower or two in our entire region, which means 90% of us at any given moment will be dry. So don't give up your plans to be outdoors, but keep in mind, if you see darkening skies, if you think you hear a rumble of thunder, you probably are hearing a rumble of thunder, and you should take shelter inside. That ends Friday, a lot like today, really, just clouds. Maybe we'll get a little bit of light rain, maybe we won't. It makes sense that at some point during the day Saturday, the number of scattered showers will be increasing. And then we have that front coming in Sunday morning. That's rain to showers. That's a high of 58 degrees. Overall, with temperatures generally in the 60s to maybe hitting the low 70s tomorrow and Wednesday, this will average out to be, I think, normal to slightly below normal temperature-wise for this first week of May. And the one reason it's going to be warmer tomorrow, keep in mind this flow pattern I showed you, where's it coming from? It's coming from the south, right? So eventually that's going to, with that low, that's going to bring up a little warmer air. So assuming that we are partly cloudy at times tomorrow and Wednesday, we'll hit 70. One thing you get when you become unstable is you get vertical air motion. Vertical air motion, lifting air, helps break up the low cloud deck, which we've had today. That's why I think we will get a little bit of some decent sunshine mixed in the next couple of days. And then real quick, I showed you this yesterday, but if you didn't see it, April 30th, May 1st is when we put a button on the snowpack season for Mount Hood, and we close it for the season, basically. And we did good. 101% of normal snowpack on the mountain for this past winter season. There's 130 inches still on the ground at 5,400 feet off of Timberline Road. That melts into over 57 inches of stored water. The last time we had a season that got up all the way to 100% of normal was 2011, 2012. Really, most of our years lately have been like 83% normal, 90% normal, somewhere in there. Okay, well, keep an eye to the sky, and we'll see. You know, maybe we have a couple decent clusters of storms between now and Thursday. Maybe the storms fire against the Cascades, and they never really migrate into the valley. There will definitely, without question, be a few pretty good clusters of storms along the Cascades. I can tell you that as a forecaster in the coming days. All right, if you haven't subscribed to this, please do so. Hit the subscribe button. Tell your friends about it. Thanks for using my weathercasts. My weather site's portlandweather.com. I'll talk to you soon.